So I just finished watching Dragon Rising Season 2, and it was pretty good, to say the least. I kind of spent the whole of yesterday binging the entire season, or at least part 1 of Season 2, in my room, which probably wasn't really healthy, but I am kind of a Ninjago nerd, so that kind of makes sense. But for the most part, I think Season 2 does a pretty good job continuing and, building upon that story that Season 1 started. It introduces the characters again we all know and love, the ninja, the villains, especially Lord Raz. I think it was pretty smart for them to actually bring back Lord Raz as a recurring villain, same as Jordana. Because that way we've got old villains back. So diving straight into my positives of the season, there is quite a lot. Significantly, I'm not going to speak too soon, but for the most part, part 1 of Season 2 is already very promising. That's really, really good. I would say for the most part, it's better than Season 1. That's a bit of a stretch to say, because Season 2's not even finished yet. We don't know about part 2 of Season 2. It could possibly be horrible, but for the most part, part 1 was great. I really enjoyed part 1. Significantly better than Season 1 in general right now, if I'm being honest. Season 1 wasn't really, obviously a fast-paced season, if that makes sense. Season 1 kind of only took its time to introduce us to the main characters and set up, basically, Season 2, so it was in some parts boring, so that would have made sense. I also love, the dragons aspect of the season. The Source Dragons do make a brief appearance in it again, at least in a vision or something, and especially Eagle and Rhonda, I'm pretty sure. I actually can't remember. I've only watched this season about a day ago and I can't even remember the second dragon's name. Oh great. I was literally pick up my phone there and go into Google, search up the other dragon's name. Her name's Ron too. Anyway, my point is, I like the dragon characters in this season, Eagle, of course, who actually plays a pretty big part in this, or at least part 1 of Season 2, obviously helping the ninja master the Rising Dragon technique, and that's another thing I'll talk about later. The Rising Dragon technique is so cool. I'm real happy as well now, I'm pleased that I do have the Eagle Master Dragon set from January of Dragon Rising. It's really cool now to see the dragon in the show. I actually didn't think he was going to play that much of a big part of the show, if I'm being honest, but he did. He's in it for a good 5 or 6 episodes teaching the ninja, and I love how this season makes Rising Dragon a big part of it. Because, well, it kind of is a big part of it. It focuses a lot on the ninja training and learning how to use the Rising Dragon technique, and eventually most of them succeed. The Rising Dragon technique is actually one of my favourites, if not the best one in recent years, actually, if I'm being honest. All the other techniques are stuff have been pretty meh. Forbidden Spinjitzu is just one of the scroll. Spinjitzu Burst was cool, but I feel like this is a proper good one we've had in years. Probably since Airjitsu, if I'm being honest. So that's a good 10 years. 9 years. I actually didn't think too much of it when the gimmick sets revealed, but now looking at it, Rising Dragon's really, really cool. I really like it. It's really funny, actually. Epic, first of all, seeing the ninja use the technique against Shatterspin, especially Shatterspin being so powerful, and then Rising Dragon being able to take it on like it's nothing. It's really, really cool, actually. And it's really funny in the last episode, a spoiler again, where the ninjas start unlocking the technique inside of them, and Cinder gets so annoyed, he's like, oh, come on. It's really, really funny, actually, seeing him get frustrated. I don't know why, this just got me in particular. Another thing I quite liked about the season was the Gong of Shashwing and how it played quite a major part in this part of the season. The fact that every time you smack it, basically, it gives the wolf army increased strength and basically makes them vulnerable to pain. They kind of just brush it off like it's nothing and they keep on walking. Their masks glowing light blue as well was quite a nice finish. I really like how that looks visually and genuinely. Another pretty interesting thing about the season is the fact that Bonzo plays quite a huge role in it. Compared to last season, she was only in it for 1 episode, and I thought she was just a side character that didn't really come back again, but she's quite a main important character, actually, now thinking about it. Obviously she was now explored the origins this season. She turns out she's met and known Master Wu. She was basically originally a spell created by the sorceress Grand Valeria, I'm pretty sure. Sent to stop the Forbidden Five, and now she's kind of being used again to open the portal to let them back out of their imprisonment by Lord Raz. So that's why it's kind of needed for the ritual of the Blood Moon. So when Wildfire had an injury for basically pretty much the rest of the season, in episode 2 when she was injured by Cinder, I don't actually know if that was for comedic purposes or just like meant there and there for like the story, but I found it funny that she literally had a leg injury for like the whole of part 1 and then got better than last episode. That was pretty funny. And then you also got those flashbacks of Lord Raz when he was like a little cub, or when he was like a youngling. Like it's kind of sad actually. It makes you feel very sorry for Raz. Like he dropped his ball, he fell into this whole pit thingy, and he couldn't get out until he was encased in this strange yellow bright light. And yeah, that flashback does Raz some justice. I think you can kind of come to see why he's this kind of person nowadays, and what made him go down this path of, you know, evilness. But yeah, there we go, guys. There's my kind of review, I guess you could say, of season 2, part 1 of Dragon's Rising. Definitely got me excited for part 2 this year, coming out later this year. And it definitely starts this season in a great way. I love the villains, I love the you know, story. I love everything about the season actually. There's nothing bad I have to say about the season, honestly. I'm actually trying to think of anything, to be honest, to say that's negative about the season, but I know it's all positive. So far it's really good, it's really promising, and it really does a good job of building on what season 1 started building upon and continuing that in a great and fantastic way. So out of 10, I'll probably give it a 8 or 9. It's really solid. But not, so I'll probably give it 8 out of 10, and probably out of 5 or 4. It's great. So yeah, can't wait for part 2, as I said, later this year. So thank you for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed, please give this video a like, subscribe to fun videos if you want to. Comment down below what you thought of the season if you have seen it yet. And in this video, bye bye.